girl right here. She's tiny and cool.
Oh, Garth, I'm so scared.
Well, is someone hurt you? I mean, I'll take care of it. I'm a grown-up now, you know.
Welcome back to Real Disclosure. Despite her prior success, Kim Basinger, the actress who once captivated audiences in the 1980s and 1990s, today finds herself in desperate problems. Her once promising acting career has suffered as a result of a series of unlawful investments that have left her bankrupt. After battling financial difficulties for a long time, the 70-year-old actress is now dealing with major psychological issues. Her story of losing everything she had and post-bankruptcy life reveals a complex storyline of highs and lows. Here is Kim Basinger's life, health, fame, bankruptcy. Number 9. Early life and modeling. Kim Basinger was born on December 8, 1953 in Athens, Georgia. Her mother, Ann Lee, a multi-dimensional genius draped in the splendor of modeling, acting, and swimming, and her father, Donald Wade Basinger, a brilliant big band pianist and loan manager with a wartime past that saw him land in Normandy as a United States Army soldier on D-Day. This artistic history was not limited to her parents. It ran through her family tree, tying together threads of English, German, Scottish, and Ulster Scots ancestors. Kim's 2 older brothers, Skip and Mick, as well as her 2 younger sisters, Barbara and Ashley, represented a diverse history of cultural influences. Kim's upbringing, which was based on the Methodist faith, took place in the lush surroundings of Georgia. However, it was not all roses for the aspiring Hollywood star. She characterized herself as extremely shy, a characteristic that threw a long shadow on her early years. The shyness was so strong that the mere thought of speaking in class made her faint. Yet beneath this cocoon of fear, a budding talent awaited. Basinger began her journey into the world of ballet at the age of 3. Her beautiful motions and delicate pirouettes become a canvas for her expression. A metamorphosis occurred as she grew into her mid-teens. The shy youngster found her voice and courage after auditioning for the school cheerleading team. This was a watershed moment, a step towards self-assurance. She entered America's Junior Miss Scholarship pageant when she was 17 years old. Her victory at the city level earned her the title of Athens Junior Miss. While she did not win at the state level, her charm was acknowledged. Her angelic beauty was highlighted in the national program, and she became the face of the Breck Scholarship, appearing in a commercial beside her mother. Basinger was given a modeling contract from the prominent Ford modeling agency at a fork in the road. It was a tempting offer, but she chose a different route, succumbing to the siren call of singing and acting. Her artistic dreams were forged in the crucible of the University of Georgia. The allure of modeling, however, drew her back to New York and into the arms of the Ford model family. The attraction of $1,000 a day couldn't cover up her anguish. She admitted it was hard to go from one booking to another and always have to deal with the way I looked, she admitted. It was hard to go from one booking to and always have to deal with the way I looked. I couldn't take it anymore. I could feel myself choking. Kim was an oddball even in the glitzy world of modeling, where others relished in their reflections. Mirrors, which many people used to boost their confidence, were a source of insecurity for her. Nonetheless, success was not unfamiliar. Her ethereal beauty was featured on magazine covers, and her image graced the debut album cover of the band Survivor. Her visage became synonymous with Breck shampoo, a symbol of the early 1970s. Her life became a delicate ballet as she cycled between the catwalk and the neighborhood playhouse's acting schools. Simultaneously, she embraced the position of a singer, lending her voice to the dynamic energy of Greenwich Village clubs. Number 8. Career takes off. Kim Basinger opted to pivot her career in 1976 after a productive 4-year period as a cover girl, bidding farewell to the modeling industry and setting her sights on the busy terrain of Los Angeles to pursue acting. This was a huge step for her as she moved from the glossy pages of magazines to the exciting world of television and movies. Basinger had notable guest appearances on television sitcoms such as Macmillan and Wife and Charlie's Angels during her early career. Notably, she declined a recurring part in the latter series, paving the door for Cheryl Ladd to take center stage. These early television appearances established the groundwork for a spectacular acting career. Her first starring role in the made-for-TV film Katie, Portrait of a Centerfold in 1978, marked a watershed moment in her acting career. Basinger portrays a small-town girl with Hollywood dreams in this production, a story that takes an unexpected turn when she becomes a famous centerfold for a men's magazine. This part demonstrated Basinger's versatility and laid the groundwork for her development as an actress capable of negotiating diverse characters and themes. Basinger rose to prominence in television miniseries in the late 1970s and early 1980s. She co-starred in the miniseries version of From Here to Eternity in 1979, starring Natalie Wood, William Devane, and Steve Railsback. The next year, she repeated her role as Lorene Rogers in a 13-episode spin-off, demonstrating her ability to give her characters depth and nuance over a long narrative arc. On the big screen, she made her debut in the critically lauded but underappreciated Rooney ability to give her characters depth and nuance over a long narrative arc. On the big screen, she made her debut in the critically lauded but underappreciated rural drama Hard Country. Undaunted by the film's low visibility, Basinger went on to play a variety of parts, including the outdoor adventure Motherlode, directed by none other than Charlton Heston. Number 7, worldwide celebrity, Kim Basinger's journey through the maze of Hollywood glitz and glamour took an unexpected turn in 1981. A watershed event came when she graced the pages of Playboy, a daring act that would only be seen in 1983. This intentionally delayed revelation, a masterstroke of promotion, served as a catalyst for her breakout performance as the Bond girl, Domino Patacci, in Never Say Never Again. Basinger's performance, which she shared with the legendary Sean Connery, was praised by Gary Arnold of The Washington Post, who described her as a voluptuous sibling of Liv Ullmann with irresistible charm. The picture went on to gross $160 million at the global box office. The repercussions of her Playboy appearance extended beyond glossy magazines to genuine job chances. One such chance arose in Barry Levinson's The Natural, in which Basinger played the romantic interest of a baseball star played by Robert Redford. Her portrayal not only captivated audiences but also won her a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress, demonstrating her budding skill. Basinger went on to become a muse for prolific director Blake Edwards, appearing in 2 of his films. In The Man Who Loved Women, she played the attractive wife of a Texas millionaire, and in Blind Date, she played an apparently modest woman on a date with a workaholic man. Another industry legend, Robert Altman, cast Basinger in the part of a lady seeking refuge from a past lover in the evocative setting of an old motel in Fool for Love. However, the pinnacle of Basinger's career came in 1986 with Adrian Lyne's controversial and sensual romantic drama 9½ Weeks. Basinger played a New York City art gallery employee who had a brief but intense affair with a mysterious Wall Street broker opposite Mickey Rourke. Despite a tepid reaction in North America, the picture received enthusiastic praise in Europe, particularly in France. Roger Ebert praised Basinger's performance, citing parallels to the classic Last Tango in Paris, and applauding her for creating, quote, erotic tension that is convincing, complicated, and sensual. Basinger was cast as a slightly pregnant lady navigating danger in Nadine by Academy Award-winning writer-director Robert Benton. Though various films from this era were successful to varying degrees, they all functioned as stepping stones, cementing Basinger's position as a versatile and accomplished actor. Tim Burton's Batman, in 1989, marked the pinnacle of her box office career. Basinger portrayed photographer Vicky Vale in this film, which also starred Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. In its original review, The Hollywood Reporter emphasized the film's distinct soul, attributing much of its brilliance to Michael Keaton's and Kim Basinger's finely characterized and probing performances. Following the success of Batman, Kim Basinger took on a variety of roles that demonstrated her versatility. She portrayed a gorgeous singer opposite Alec Baldwin in the comedy The Marrying Man, bringing a touch of levity to her repertory. Shortly after, she debuted in the neo-noir genre with Final Analysis, co-starring with Richard Gere as a lady involved in a relationship with her sister's psychiatrist. Despite their cinematic attractiveness, both films had only middling box office success. Basinger broadened her artistic horizons. Aside from acting, she contributed vocals to a re-recorded version of Shake Your Head, a musical project that featured Ozzy Osbourne and reached the UK Top 5 simultaneously. She made her single foray into voice acting, playing a cartoon bombshell yearning to become a real human lady in the film Cool World, directed by Ralph Bakshi. This animation piece opened a new phase in Basinger's career, demonstrating her willingness to experiment with alternative storytelling and performing techniques. Kim Basinger is a mother whose son, played by Zac Efron, struggles with a vow made to his departed sibling in the supernatural thriller Charlie St. Cloud. Fast forward to January 2020, when Basinger is working on a groundbreaking project with Peter Bogdanovich. They collaborated to create Lit Project 2 Flux, a short film that set a precedent by being made available on the Ethereum network as a non-fungible token. This unique cinematic venture not only demonstrated Basinger's ongoing commitment to exploring new storytelling frontiers, but also highlighted the changing world of digital art and film distribution. Number 6. Relationships. Kim Basinger navigated the domain of relationships before the limelight found her, constructing an artwork of connections that paralleled the many roots of her life. Basinger married makeup artist Ron Snyder Britton on October 12, 1980, after meeting on the set of Hard Country. However, this time period also saw the emergence of a particular difficulty for Basinger, agoraphobia. The emergence of a particular difficulty for Basinger, agoraphobia. She was confined to her house for 6 months after suffering a panic attack in a health food store. The marriage with Snyder Britton, who eventually took the surname Britton, ended shortly before Christmas in 1989. A divorce was granted, along with $9,000 in monthly alimony for 8 years. Britton later wrote a novel, Longer Than Forever, about their relationship and her affair with Richard Gere. Her co-star in No Mercy and Final Analysis, Basinger's love entanglements weaved through numerous strands of life during the transition from her previous marriage. From romances with hairdresser-producer John Peters to a brief collaboration with singer Prince, whose musical prowess graced the Batman record and created her unreleased 1989 album Hollywood Affair. There were brief encounters with personal trainer Phil Walsh and fashion designer Alexio Gondara. On the set of The Marrying Man in 1990, fate brought Basinger to Alec Baldwin, a connection that bloomed into a marriage on August 19, 1993. Their collaboration reached the big screen with the 1994 version of The Getaway. In fact, the pair appeared as animated versions of themselves in a 1998 episode of The Simpsons. Ireland, their daughter, joined them on October 23, 1995. However, the couple's paths diverged by the end of 2000, concluding in a divorce in September 2002. After the divorce from Baldwin, rumors circulated regarding a romantic relationship between Basinger and her 8 Mile co-star Eminem, which the rapper categorically rejected. Basinger took a public break from romantic relationships until 2014, when she began dating Mitch Stone. Stone is not just her business partner, but also her hairdresser. Their story unfolded as they were found wearing identical gold bands and living under the same roof. Number 5. Bankruptcy. Her financial difficulties began in the early 1990s, with a stormy series of events centered around her purchase of the Georgia town of Brazelton. The acquisition of Brazelton was part of a larger plan for considerable development in the area. This decision, however, had unanticipated effects for locals, such as Tom Brown, a long-standing employee of a hardware store in Brazelton who was laid off following Basinger's takeover. Carol Clark, the local bank's president, was another resident who lost her job when the bank was auctioned off as part of Basinger's bankruptcy proceedings. Basinger's financial problems stemmed from a protracted contract dispute and bankruptcy struggle with the production company Mainline Pictures. This legal entanglement had a knock-on effect, affecting not just Basinger but also people like Mark Booth in California, who was still owed money for yard work he had done at Basinger's house. The juxtaposition between Basinger's ongoing opulent lifestyle and the lengthy waiting periods for creditors to recover their owed monies was one of the bankruptcy case's most apparent ironies. Despite her financial difficulties, Basinger maintained extravagant living arrangements, spending enormous amounts on clothing, pets, and even providing for her ex-husband, Alec Baldwin. The bankruptcy case also sheds light on the protective shield granted by bankruptcy courts, which can be utilized as a weapon in specific cases. Basinger's ability to appeal a large jury award without posting an expensive bond put smaller creditors like Mark Booth in jeopardy. The complex legal proceedings and financial difficulties impacted not just Basinger's life, but also the lives of Brazelton residents and other creditors. Once envisioned as a possible tourist destination, the town became mired in bankruptcy procedures, and its future became increasingly questionable. The financial hardship on all parties involved increased as the legal battle between Basinger and Mainline Pictures persisted. Legal fees exceeded $3 million, and creditors, including Mark Booth, experienced difficulties in retrieving their money. Smaller creditors, who were frequently left at the back of the line in bankruptcy proceedings, struggled to receive even a quarter of what they were owed. The bankruptcy landscape in the United States changed dramatically in the 1980s and 1990s with an increase in filings. Basinger's case wrote the difficulties experienced by unsecured creditors, who frequently received only a % of their claims, underscoring the bankruptcy system's inadequacies. Basinger's bankruptcy path had unexpected twists and turns, including a switch from Chapter 11 to Chapter 7, bankruptcy. The reversal of Mainline Pictures' legal triumph added to the uncertainty, raising the prospect that Basinger would not have to pay anything to the studio in a new trial. Brazelton citizens who were first delighted about Basinger's town purchase found themselves in a difficult situation as a result of the legal difficulties. The great intentions for the town remained unfulfilled, and its future became dubious as it grew enmeshed in Basinger's financial problems. Kim Basinger's life has taken a toll on her health in recent years, with significant concerns such as anxiety, agoraphobia, and panic attacks interfering with her capacity to engage in work-related activities. She was also a victim of a Ponzi scheme conducted by Bernie Madoff, which resulted in significant financial losses. Basinger's high-profile divorce from Alec Baldwin added to her financial difficulties, with the costly legal bills making it one of Hollywood's most expensive divorces. Divorce repercussions, combined with protracted custody fights, harmed both their public image and job prospects. Despite financial and personal difficulties, Basinger has preserved her privacy. Plastic surgery rumors have persisted, but she has opted not to address them openly, focusing instead on her commitment to natural beauty. Ireland Baldwin, her daughter, has defended her mother's natural appearance, applauding her for foregoing Botox and other skin procedures. Number 4. Family problems. Kim Basinger's familial dynamics tell a complex story that spans several decades. Despite a divorce in 1980, her parents married legally in 1948 and remained married until 2016. Surprisingly, despite having little contact during the last 36 years of her father's life, they never divorced, despite rumors to the contrary. By the mid-1990s, there was a substantial schism between Basinger and her mother Anne, as well as the majority of her 4 siblings. Her father Don and her youngest sister Ashley, majority of her 4 siblings, her father Don and her youngest sister Ashley were the only family members present at her second wedding in 1993. This tradition continued during her Academy Awards acceptance speech in 1998, when Basinger just thanked her father and sister. The estrangement with her mother lingered as 2002 highlighting the lingering complexity of their relationship. However, by 2015, a glimmer of hope for reconciliation had emerged. Anne revealed in an exclusive interview with Radar Online that Kim would be traveling to Georgia for Christmas, hinting at a possible thaw in the tight mother-daughter bond. Number 3. Awards. Her amazing resume includes over 50 credits in film and television productions, demonstrating her flexibility and long presence in Hollywood. Basinger received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress for her work in The Natural, in appreciation of her remarkable performances. This was a watershed event in her career, demonstrating her capacity to give riveting performances that wowed both audiences and reviewers. Her contributions to the film Pret-a-Porter were recognized with an ensemble award from the National Board of Review, demonstrating her propensity to thrive in ensemble casts. Basinger's career culminated with her outstanding performance in L.A. Confidential. Her work in the film earned her not only the renowned Academy Award, but also a Golden Globe Award, a BAFTA Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and Southeastern Film Critics Association accolades for Best Supporting Actress. This prestigious award recognized her extraordinary skill and cemented her place as one of the industry's leading actresses. Basinger's contributions to cinema extended beyond mainstream recognition, as proven by her Boston Society of Film Critics nomination for Best Actress for her work in The Door and the Floor. This recognition refers to her ability to excel in a variety of roles and genres, demonstrating the breadth of her acting abilities. Nominations at prestigious ceremonies like the People's Choice Awards, the Saturn Awards 3 times, and the MTV Movie Awards 4 times highlight the breadth and influence of her contributions to the cinematic environment. Kim Basinger was recognized as a motion picture star on the renowned Hollywood Walk of Fame in appreciation of her enduring legacy and lifelong contributions to the cinematic arts. This symbolic honor cements her long-term impact on the entertainment business and attests to her substantial accomplishments over the years. Number 2. Activism. Kim Basinger is a passionate vegetarian and a staunch advocate for animal rights, in addition to her stellar career in the entertainment business. Her dedication to these causes is demonstrated by her active participation in a variety of programs aimed at raising awareness and supporting the ethical treatment of animals. Notably, Basinger has contributed her voice and image to the anti-fur fight, appearing in powerful PETA advertising. She has contributed to the larger discourse regarding the ethical implications of utilizing fur in fashion through these initiatives, pushing the public to reevaluate their choices. Furthermore, Basinger expanded her involvement beyond the domain of fashion by producing a PSA for Farm Sanctuary, an organization dedicated to the protection of farm animals. She specifically addressed the issues encountered by downed farm animals in her initiative, raising notice of their situation and fighting for their care. This commitment to the cause extended to legislative initiatives as well. Basinger was involved in the development of a bill to safeguard diseased and disabled farm animals in partnership with others. This bill, an important step toward protecting animals' rights and well-being, was signed into law by California Governor Pete Wilson, demonstrating the legislative significance of Basinger's efforts. Basinger has been actively involved in global animal rights problems beyond national bounds. In an August 2018 interview with Samaritan magazine, she discussed the horrific dog meat trade that still exists in areas of Asia. Basinger used this interview to raise awareness about the suffering of dogs participating in this trade and to urge legislation to put an end to such acts. Basinger's broad involvement in animal rights demonstrates her commitment to bringing about positive change. She has used her platform to elevate the voices of the voiceless, from active engagement in anti-fur campaigns to legislative efforts for farm animal protection and international awareness programs. 1. What's next for Kim? Kim Basinger's professional trajectory took an unusual turn in the early 2000s as the excitement around her celebrity steadily faded. The question lingered, as the excitement around her celebrity steadily faded. Was her decision to reduce her workload purely personal, or had Hollywood producers switched their attention, seeking out new talents and narratives? In a candid interview with Vanity Fair in 2013, Basinger discussed her Hollywood experience, lamenting the industry's erratic character and expressing gratitude for her longevity inside it. "I've been so blessed," she admitted, "because I've had such longevity." Despite being a staunch supporter of artistic freedom, Basinger has qualms about celebrity's facade. "I'm not a big red carpet girl," she admitted, "but I enjoy my job." The actress discussed her battle with agoraphobia and anxiety, offering light on the personal battles that shaped her approach to rising fame. Coping with mental problems without the use of medications or substances became critical. "I now get up and enjoy life. I didn't want to live my life on narcotics. I wanted to confront everything I was afraid of," she declared. "Narcotics! I wanted to confront everything I was afraid of," she declared. While Basinger's personal life was rocky, particularly her high-profile marriage to Alec Baldwin, her dedication to her daughter Ireland became a focal point. Despite the breakdown of the couple's decade-long marriage, Basinger preferred providing stability and a quieter world for her daughter in the midst of a fractured family. This dedication influenced her decision to stay away from the spotlight, protecting Ireland from the constant scrutiny of the public eye. However, despite a conscious reduction in responsibilities, Basinger never completely disappeared from the public eye. She has maintained a consistent presence in both television and film over the last 2 decades, appearing in a varied range of productions ranging from independent films to blockbuster smashes such as 50 Shades Darker, 8 Mile, and Charlie St. Cloud. In addition to her acting career, Basinger developed a passion for creating children's novels. Not only did the artistic outlet allow her to express herself, but it also acted as a type of personal therapy. "My boyfriend and I spend a lot of time in Hawaii, our favorite place on earth," she said of her passion for writing. "I've always liked writing, and I'm getting more into it these days, particularly with children's novels." While she seeks comfort in nature on occasion, Basinger remains excited about taking on projects that interest her. "It's a very privileged position to be in," she said in a 2021 interview with Vulture magazine. "You get offers all your life. They've never stopped, and I'm delighted to say that I'll be back on the screen shortly." This declaration underscores her lasting love of the craft and her promising return to the big screen. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.